This is Miss Ann for Tween and Teen Cooking to Go. Today's recipe I took out of the back of the book of Peace, Love, and Cupcakes. It's a series. The Cupcake Club. It's a chapter book by Cheryl Burke and Carrie Burke. So there's no pictures, but I'm just going to read a little bit. Chapter 1, A Monstrous Day. Why does it have to be Monday? Kylie Carson pulled the blanket over her head and pretended not to hear her snooze alarm beeping for the third time. And Monday, November 6th, no less. Her fourth grade teacher, Miss Shotlin, had asked everyone to pick a topic that they were an expert on and share 10 fabulous facts about it. That idea, her teacher said, it is to wow us. The big red circle on the calendar had stared at Kylie for 2 weeks. By this time, most of the kids had already presented their reports. Emily Dutter talked about horseback riding, Jeremy Sapperstone explained about football, and Meredith Mitchell, she went on and on about gymnastics and held up the 3 gold medals she won at last year's state championship meet. But what had she chosen to talk about? Monster movies? It was truly the only thing Kylie was an expert on. Dracula versus Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Phantom of the Opera. She saw them all a million times. But now that the day was here and the clock said 7:57, she was having second thoughts. She plopped down in her seat at the kitchen table, still in her peace sign PJs and fuzzy slippers. Is it pajama day at school? Her mom teased. Or are we just starting a new fashion trend? Kylie groaned. Expert presentation today. Aha, said her mom. And you are an expert at being late to school. I don't want to go, said Kylie. It's going to be a colossal disaster. Colossal disaster, huh? That's a pretty dramatic way to describe a 5-minute report in front of your class. But then again, monster movies are very dramatic, so I suppose it's appropriate. Her mom chuckled. Kylie rolled her eyes. What if they laugh at me, she asked, or worse, throw things? They won't laugh, her mother assured her, tossing another pancake into Kylie's plate, even though she had barely touched the first one. No, trust me, they will. Gavin Gilligan flicked a grape at Jeremy Sapperstone yesterday in the cafeteria, and that was just because Jeremy looked at him funny. One weird look, and Jeremy got a grape in the eye. No one in my class likes monster movies. They all think I'm stupid. Her mom handed her the maple syrup. I think it's a little late to change your mind, don't you? School starts in 20 minutes. That was it. She was doomed like the wolf man when the sheriff came after him with a gun loaded with silver bullets. And Kylie knew the same. She could feel it in her bones. If she could just miss school this one day. You know, my throat's a little sore, she said with a cough. Her mom felt Kylie's head. Nice try, her mom said. Cool as a cucumber. Get dressed. Kylie came out of her room 5 minutes later, dragging her feet. This time in gray high-top sneakers, she'd chosen her black jeans and a black long-sleeve tee because the dark color matched her dark mood. Much better, her mom said. Then she handed Kylie her backpack, her lunchbox, and a huge poster board she made, a collage of the world's greatest monsters at their bloodiest, creepiest, scariest best. You'll be great, honey, her mom said, planting a kiss on Kylie's cheek. It's normal to feel butterflies when you speak in front of a group of people. I always do. It wasn't so much the group as it was one particular person Kylie was worried about. And it wasn't butterflies she felt in her stomach. It was more like vampire bites. But telling her mom that wouldn't help. Instead, she trudged outside and just made the school bus before it pulled away from her corner. So that's the first chapter of Peace, Love, and Cupcakes. So in the back of the book, there are a few recipes. And I chose Ecolicious chocolate cupcakes. So chocolate cupcakes, it makes 18 cupcakes. 1 1/4 cups of flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of organic cocoa powder, 1 cup of boiling water, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 sticks of butter, which I would recommend that they be softened like room temperature, 1 3/4 cups of sugar, 2 eggs. Directions: preheat oven to 350 degrees. In a medium bowl, measure flour, baking soda, and salt to make the flour mixture. Whisk it together and set aside. In a separate bowl, add boiling water to cocoa powder. Be very careful not to burn yourself. You might want to use pot holders. Whisk until smooth. Add vanilla and sour cream and stir to combine to make the chocolate mixture. 4. In a third bowl, use an electric mixer to cream the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. 5. Add eggs 1 at a time, mixing well after each egg. 6. With the mixture on low, alternate adding 1/3 of the flour mixture and 1/3 of the chocolate mixture. Continue until all is added, but be careful not to overmix it. Spoon mixture in the cupcake pan prepared with paper liners, filling each cup 2/3 full. Bake 20 to 25 minutes. Use a toothpick to test for doneness. 9. Transfer cupcakes to a wire rack to cool. So here's organic chocolate frosting. 9 ounces of organic chocolate, 2 sticks of butter, 1/3 cup of corn syrup, pinch of salt, chocolate nibs or mini chocolate chips, optional for decorating, mint leaves, optional for garnish. Those are just decorations. Directions: 1. In a medium bowl, melt butter and chocolate together in the microwave and stir until smooth. Heat in 30-second increments, stirring between each, and being careful not to burn the chocolate. 2. When the chocolate's melted, add corn syrup and salt and stir until well combined. 3. Let it cool. Stir occasionally until frosting is thick enough to spread. 4. Dip the top of the cooled cupcakes into the frosting and remove while twisting the cupcake to allow any excess to drip off. 5. Before the frosting sets, sprinkle with chocolate nibs or mini chocolate chips and garnish with a mint leaf. I decided when I'm doing the recipe that I am going to use my favorite ready to serve frosting. So I have a chocolate frosting that I'm using. So I'm not going to do this recipe. But if you would like to borrow this book, and it's a series, just come and see me or one of my co-workers in the children's department, and we will help you find this. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my cooking video. Hi, this is Miss Ann for Tween and Teen Cooking to Go. Today's recipe is Eco-Delicious. So the title of it is Eco-Delicious Chocolate Cupcakes. So what you are going to need is 1 1/4 cup of flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 3/4 cups of sugar, 1 cup of boiling water, 2 sticks of butter, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 3 medium bowls, a whisk, electric mixer, cupcake pan, 18 cupcake liners, a spoon for mixing, You will need an oven and pot holders. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Make sure you wash your hands. In a medium-sized bowl, measure flour, baking soda, and salt to make the flour mixture. Whisk together and set aside. That's what this bowl is. In a separate bowl, add boiling water to cocoa powder. So we need 1 cup of boiling water. Be very careful that you don't burn yourself. So I'm going to add this to my cocoa powder. Whisk together until smooth. So we're done with this whisk in our flour mixture. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Very hot. You might even want to use pot holders. I would recommend using a larger bowl. That's what it looks like. It's very thick right now. Add vanilla and sour cream and stir to combine to make the chocolate mixture. So we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. One, 2, and there was a few extra drops. Not going to hurt anything. I'm going to mix that in. Half a cup of sour cream. Smells delicious. We're going to whisk that in. That's what it looks like. Very thick. Looks really good. It's still hot, so be very careful. In a third bowl, use an electric mixer to cream the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. That's what this is. Make sure your butter is softened because it will work a lot better. Add eggs one at a time, mixing well after each egg, which I did. With the mixture on low, alternate adding 1/3 of the flour mixture and 1/3 of the chocolate mixture. Continue until all is added. Be careful not to overmix. And then we'll spoon mixture in the cupcake pan prepared with paper liners, filling each cup 2/3 full. So we are going to go ahead, add a little bit of flour. We're just going to alternate. Set 1/3. I need to get the whisk out of my chocolate mixture. Add a little bit of the chocolate mixture. Careful, it's still pretty warm. And then you're going to keep doing this until it's all mixed in. So go ahead and finish, alternate the chocolate and the flour mixture until you have it all mixed in. So this is what my cake batter looks like, and make sure that you don't overmix it because you don't want it, you want them to be like light and fluffy. So the next step is spoon mixture in a cupcake pan prepared with paper liners, filling each cup 2/3 the way full. And then we're going to bake them for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll use a toothpick to test for doneness. We'll go ahead. Try not to get any outside of the paper liner, which I am messy Miss Ann, so it already happened. Okay, be very careful and put them in the oven. And they're going to get happy and they're going to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. This conventional oven bakes pretty hot and fast. So we are going to let the cupcakes get happy. So my cupcakes are done. They are hot and fresh right out of the oven. That's what they look like. So we are going to do the toothpick test. And I forgot my cooling rack. So I'm using a kitchen towel. So you poke the center of the cupcake. And it comes out clean. It looks pretty good. It's got crumbs on it, but it's not. It's cooked. And that's what you want. So we are going to let them cool. And I chose chocolate fudge frosting that I'm going to frost them with. So I chose my favorite ready to serve frosting, and that's what I frosted the cupcakes with. Look at these, they look beautiful. So it's the real test. I'm going to try one of them. Looks delicious. Just look at the piece that I've been into. It's light and fluffy. It's not dense. So I didn't overmix it. And it's very moist and it's delicious. I give this recipe with the ready serve frosting and frosting on my fingers a thumbs up. This is delicious. And you can really taste the butter in the cupcake. It is so good. And the sour cream probably helps it to be moist. So thank you for watching my video today. Stay tuned for the next one. It's the last one in my summer series for recipes out of the back of children's books. Thank you.